We just like to do a quick introduction of our rodeo family, and I'm going to start with my husband, first cowboy Tim Phillips, on the front row here. We have several of our executive committee members here. Would you please tip your hat? Raise your hand. We have our president and CEO, Dr. Chris Bowman. Oh, there you go. You never know where he'll show up. We have 18 hardworking vice presidents who oversee our 109 committees and our 36,000 volunteers. Would you please tip your hat, raise your hand? There you go. And all of our board of directors, any of you board of director members that are here, tip your hat, raise your hand. Thank y'all for being here. The Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame recognizes individuals and animals for their impact on the success and longevity of our rodeo. Honorees include past and present rodeo contractor personnel, contestants, stock and stock contractors. Previous inductees include Mike Servey, founder of the Servey Championship Rodeo, legendary barrel racer and most winning athlete of Rodeo Houston, Charmaine James, 12-time PRCA Announcer of the Year, Bob Tallman, and a staple of Rodeo Houston for the past 30 years, world-famous barrelman Leon Coffey, who is here on the front row with us today. Today, we induct two rodeo legends into the 2026 Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. We're proud to welcome six-time Rodeo Houston champion Ty Murray and the legendary bucking bull Bo Bodacious. They mark the third class of Hall of Fame inductees, including the first animal athlete. So let's take a look at our inductees.
Since 2024, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has been honoring legends of the rodeo family with the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. It's our honor to induct two new members, Ty Murray and Bo Bodacious. Ty Murray is a 9-time PRCA World Champion and a 6-time Rodeo Houston Champion. Hailing from a 5th-generation cowboy family, Ty always dreamt of becoming a rodeo athlete.
When I was 2-3 years old, I'd tell anybody that listened that I was going to be a cowboy bull rider.
With unparalleled dominance, Ty always took the challenge of rough stock head on.
Trying to learn how to do all three of the rough stock events as a young man growing up, there's a lot of times you're getting slammed and beat up and roughed up. I rode over 6,000 rough stock animals in my career, and it was scary every single time.
After a 15-year career marked by numerous achievements, Ty retired in 2002. He was one of the last contestants to be crowned the Rodeo Houston all-around champion.
It was a rodeo that I looked forward to, every year of my career, and they always gave a big bonus for the all-around, and that's what I was going for. So me and Houston, we got along pretty good.
This year, Rodeo Houston is proud to induct the first ever animal inductee, Bodacious.
We're in Abilene, Texas. We're the home of the finest bull, Bodacious.
From the very start, Sammy Andrews always believed in Bodacious, his athleticism and charisma.
He just had a knack for when we went on television to do something spectacular.
And it was at Rodeo Houston where Bodacious truly began his career.
We went from Houston to the Astrodome, and Cody Leonard was in there, and that's where he gave Cody a shaker start, and his legacy got started right there.
Boasting 135 outs, with only 8 qualified rides over the course of his career, Bodacious established himself as a household name. Even after he retired, Bodacious maintained his celebrity status.
He opened casinos, car dealerships, restaurants. Well, he did a Rodeo Houston for 2 years there.
After moving into NRG Stadium, the show retired the old bucking shoes and sent one of them to Sammy Andrews.
Howdy. Bodacious is our first animal inductee. Rodeo livestock are obviously elite athletes. The best animals elevate the competition and challenge the best riders. Animal athletes reflect the heart of Rodeo Houston, and Bodacious is a great representation of that. He made his first pro rodeo appearance in Houston in 1992. His dominance in the arena drew national attention and helped elevate the profile of bull riding during a pivotal time for the sport. He made a lasting impression during his appearances at Rodeo Houston in the mid-90s, competing from 1992 to 1995. Owned by Sammy Andrews of Andrews Rodeo Company, Bodacious was named the 1994-1995 PRCA Bull of the Year and was the 1995 PBR Champion Bull. Since his retirement in 1995, Bodacious' bloodline has continued to influence rodeo, with his offspring competing in bull riding events across the country. Please help me welcome Sammy Andrews, owner of our 2026 Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame inductee, Bodacious.
He's going to get you a plaque. And then I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to ask you to say a few words.
No, okay.
There you go. So here's what the plaque says. Known for his unmatched power and unpredictable athleticism, J31 Bodacious, nicknamed Bo, achieved near mythical status after consistently bucking off some of the world's most famous bull riders. In the early 1990s, stock character Sammy Andrews brought Bo to Houston for his first pro rodeo. Establishing his reputation, he bucked off the daring first contestant to climb on and would continue to do so with 126 more. His dominance in the arena drew national attention, but his legacy never faded. At 7 years old, Bodacious was retired from the bucking chutes, but continued touring the country for rodeo fans to visit. Bodacious is the first animal athlete inducted into the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. We're honored to welcome Bodacious into Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. We couldn't be happier to submit his name as a Rodeo Houston legend. Sammy, would you like to say a few words?
Well, thank you, Pat. Thank y'all for the honor. It's quite an honor. And this is the first time that I've been around Mr. Bob Tallman and talking about Bodacious. He didn't get to tell everything. I didn't have anything left to say. Bob always, his theory was never let the truth get in the way of a good tale. But anyway, we thank you for this, and it's quite an honor. And a lot of this goes to the credit of Bob Tallman, and he did a lot to push him down the road. And he said when we retired him that we'd sell a few caps and do a few things. Holy cow, it took off and went wild. And with the help of David Glott, who did a lot for Rodeo Houston, we made a good success of it. And sure like to thank y'all for it.
Congratulations, Sammy. Bodacious is officially inducted into the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame.
Next up, he is a six-time Rodeo Houston champion. He earned multiple championship titles in Houston throughout his career, including all-around champion in 1990, 1993, 94, and 98, and the bull riding champion in both 1990 and 1994. He was also one of the last contestants to be crowned as an all-around champion at Rodeo Houston. He is a 9-time world champion, a 19-time National Finals Rodeo qualifier, and a 2000 Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame inductee. Please help us as we welcome our 2026 Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Ty Murray.
So often referred to as the King of Cowboys, Ty Murray's legacy rivals no other. As one of the most decorated rodeo athletes in history, This fifth-generation cowboy set the bar high, breaking records and proving himself to be one of the most versatile rodeo athletes of all time. Murray first won Rodeo Houston in 1990 as the all-around and bull riding champion. He would work to earn 4 more titles over the next 8 years before eventually retiring in 2002. As one of the last contestants to receive the coveted all-around Rodeo Houston title, Murray is the most winning Rodeo Houston rough stock contestant of all time. We're so honored to welcome Ty Murray into the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. We couldn't be happier to submit your name as a Rodeo Houston legend. Ty, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, guys. This is a huge honor for me. I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad to have my daughter Oakley here, getting to see this, and my wife Paige, my mom and dad, my uncle Tony. I have a lot of special memories from this town, and I also want to congratulate Sammy Andrews and Leon Coffey, both great friends of mine, and we beat that trail for a long time together. And I got on Bodacious 3 times. He bucked me off all 3 times. He was a very dangerous bull, but not near as dangerous as the traffic coming into Houston, I can tell you that. You know, like I said, I'll never forget the first time I walked into the Astrodome. I was 18 years old, and walking down that ramp, and the seats just kept going up and going up and going up, and I'd never seen anything like that, and it was such a, you know, I really felt like I'd made the big time when I got to compete in there and ride in there, and I have so many great memories. This was a rodeo that I took so serious every year, gave a big bonus for the all-around. That's what I was coming here to try to get, and you know, I look at all the people, like the people on this wall. Mike Servey did a great job for so long putting on this rodeo and made it possible for me to get on good stock, and that's what it takes. You gotta, you know, I always used to say that nobody wants to watch NASCAR if everybody's driving a bunch of station wagons. You got to have a good one underneath you, and that was usually the case here in Houston. I just feel like it's really an epic rodeo. You know, there's a few of them across the country like that I looked forward to every year, the kind that there's no other place like it, like the Cheyenne, Wyomings, and the Pendleton, Oregons, and definitely, you know, Houston. There was nothing that even came close to it. So it's very special memories to be honored like this. I'm very humbled, very grateful, and thank you guys for thinking of me for this award, and thank all you guys for coming out to watch this. Thanks.
Ty, we would like to officially induct you into the Hall of Fame with this replica plaque and this custom buckle and belt. Congratulations, you're officially inducted into the Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame. In closing, we're thrilled to be able to highlight Ty Murray and Bodacious along with our former inductees with this permanent display here in NRG Center. We also have a display that will be up for 6 months out of the year over in the NRG Stadium. Go by section 133 to see the Legends of the Arena display. Thank you for being here today to help us celebrate these great inductees, and let's rodeo.